Hello everybody, and what is up? My name is Shengali and this is a Subnautica 2.0 update. The drones were kind of blocking my beautiful view of the burning aurora here, so we'll just look at the moons instead. Moons are pretty. I'm a little bit late to the party, and I'm sure there are plenty of other videos about the 2.0 update. So I guess first I just want to take a second and say thank you for watching mine. Originally I was not going to delve into the 2.0 update simply because I record all my videos way before I post them, so I have time to edit them together, and if something terrible happens like what happened to the Transformers video, that I have time to fix it or, you know, bail on the project and switch to something else. The 2.0 update doesn't actually affect my current upload because that was all done before it came out. On December 13th, Unknown Worlds kind of stealth released their Livin Large update, which brought over some of the things from Below Zero. Not everything, maybe not everything everybody would have wanted. I love the update. I love that the developers are still showing this game love after, you know, how many ever years it's been since this released. They're still, like I said, they still love the community. They're still showing love to the game. A lot of other developers and, you know, even like the big AAA developers, unless it's like a live service, they would have already bailed on it. They would have just left it, bugs and all. Plenty of people have played it. There's probably not going to be a huge surge of, you know, people that are going to still come back and, you know, pick it up suddenly just because of the Livin Large update and stuff like that. So the fact that they still took any time to fix it is amazing, and it speaks volumes about the developers. I wish them the best of luck. I have no idea how Moonbreaker is doing because it's only available on the PC. My channel is a PS4, PSVR. So I have not played it. I still kind of hope for a natural selection reboot or some kind of like rework to kind of help bring it into the Subnautica world. A lot of people talk about that this is a prequel to Natural Selection, even though there are posters for Natural Selection 2, because this is like the beginning of the Kara outbreak. I don't think that's true. I think they were researching the Kara here, and that's when it broke loose. Of course, the Federation doesn't know too much about it. But I guess you don't even know if that's true. It's just not mentioned whether or not the trade... You know what? I'm getting derailed. Okay, so there are a bunch of small cosmetic changes. First and foremost, if you've watched my videos, you know that I complain about it all the time. But you can finally pick where your freaking tool goes, instead of just having to cycle through and then it pushes, you know, out the one on the end. So then I was constantly having to go back to my menu to be able to pick the tool that I wanted, or, you know, it would push off the air bladder and then I would have to go in and then put the air bladder or the flare back on because, you know, it's a tool that I still wanted. It just was at the end of the row instead of somewhere in the middle. And you could have kind of manipulated it by like switching it first, because it would have made it trade spots with something else that was on the bar. How do I live without you? Okay, I'll switch it. Switch it. Damn it, I wish you could pick which gets overridden instead of just pushing out what's like in the back. Oh, there's a different type. God damn it, and I don't have the scanner equipped. It's an improvement they make for the sequel. You can actually pick which spot gets overridden. Goddamn scanner! Quit taking it away from me. It's mine. So jealous of you PC people that just have everything on a speed bar. Is it restricted to 5 for PC as well? Or do you just get like a crossbar of like 8 to 10? This is so much nicer. Something that they brought from Below Zero, as you can now see, my items all have health bars. So instead of you know, having power percentages. I mean, they still have the power percentages and stuff, but you can actually visualize it as the bar, which is amazing. You might have noticed I'm not running out of air. I am in creative mode just so I could kind of throw everything together real quick so I could do this video. Another change, speaking of the air bladder. So previously the air bladder worked like this.
30 seconds.
You're 30 seconds. Oh God, come on, Chris. Okay. And then those out, and then
Oxygen.
oh God. Oh man. Running out of. Gonna see the light. Yeah. Did you see that? It was like the air bladder didn't actually help me any, and I almost ran out of air, etc., etc. So now the air bladder almost works like it does in Below Zero. I say almost because in Below Zero I could also, like right now, I could suck the air out of this thing for like 15 seconds. And maybe it's because I'm in creative and so I don't have air. So maybe it still does. How fast I just went in that clip as opposed to woo. Yeah, huge improvement. Huge improvement, something that will actually save your life now instead of kind of just giving you false hope. So that's amazing. That actually makes the air bladder useful, especially in the early game before you kind of have the sea glide to get you jumped up there. I'm so glad that they took the time to fix that. I kind of actually jumped the gun a little bit too. The changes start pretty much as soon as you fire up the game. Previously, it said like press start, and now it changed to this, where it actually shows the options button instead of just the percentages on the loading screen. Because it's a really long loading screen. So instead of having the percentage bar to the left, and you kind of wonder why it gets stuck on like 42 or something or 60 like for quite a while. You now get to see an actual progress bar a la Below Zero. You can now pin recipes. So this is the new base. I went ahead and built in the jelly shrooms because I kind of talked about it a lot in my other ones, that this was another one of my favorite bases. So here's one of the new base pieces. We now have a multi-purpose room glass dome. So for like my workshop area that I have in my current run through, I would actually get to be able to like stare up at all the orange and blue, all the Goku colors in my Mushroom Kingdom. I went ahead and built a nuclear reactor, even though I'm in creative and I'm not using power. I think from now on when I play, I am gonna take the time to do a nuke reactor. My battery dripped like so low every time I tried to use the water purifier, which I used a lot in order to build up my water stocks. The nuke reactor pretty much doesn't have that problem, and it's not super hard to get the uranite. It's just in places that I don't want to go. But by the time you can go get the nuke reactor pieces, you can get there pretty easily. I do miss building in the grassy plateaus because of our little whale friends. I didn't fully flush out this base. Again, I'm not actually playing, I'm just in creative mode. The one thing about the nuke reactor is a lot of people complain about the noise. Well, just there. Build one of these, now you don't have to listen to it. So going down, probably be easier to see it from the outside.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
I love how pretty it is. I love how it like turns your colors.
Greatly decreased.
So this is your, don't you do it. So this is your other new big base piece, the large room.
Caution. Continue.
complete with the
Of
glass
Aurora's
top
drive core
for the large
may
room.
result in a quantum detonation.
A lot of
Continue
people are
to
super
monitor.
excited about this. I'm glad that they ported it over just for, I guess, cohesion. But personally, I don't like it, and I don't know if I'm actually going to use it or not in my run-throughs. Along with the large rooms, that also means that we got the partitions and the doors. So I set up another small little workshop area for me. Again, I don't actually have fish in any of these because I just kind of ran through and threw it together really quick. I love that all this stuff kind of auto caps in order to accommodate for the glass ceiling. The nuke reactor did it too, instead of going straight to the ceiling. There isn't actually anything on the bottom floor. I never put anything on the bottom floor. I always just make a big one like this. This is the only reason why I might actually build a large room. For my current playthrough, the top tank that has my various collection of eggs that I hatched, so I have all my different fish, it would be nice if they had more room to move instead of the room that they currently have. And again, I'm really happy that they supported the game and that they put this in. I don't know. Not having this in the first Subnautica kind of gave me an excuse to make a base that looked different and to utilize the base pieces that I had. And considering that Below Zero is like, I think 10 years later or so, it kind of, or you know, it's at least like 5 or something like that. It showed a little bit of progression. Not that there isn't other things in Below Zero that show progression, but it's so pretty. I do also love that. And this isn't even full range on the scanner. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to show you guys the jelly shroom base that I was kind of talking about. It's a little bit tweaked in order to accommodate some of the new base pieces. Wanted to talk about the Subnautica 2.0 update because I talk about it in my current playthrough, but it does not affect my current playthrough because it was all recorded before it came out. I know that I'm repeating myself, but I'm just kind of giving a brief summary. They changed the menu a little bit. They added an unstuck button to help you out. I don't think that they added the custom game option that they have in Below Zero. They did not port over the jukebox, which disappointed some people. But the songs that they have, I mean, I guess they own the rights to, and they could have ported those over. And some of the songs are about the first Subnautica. The main draw to the jukebox is actually for the PC players, because on PC you can hook it to your own music library so you can play whatever. For us console users, that doesn't make too much of an impact because we only had the same like 7 or 9, how many ever it was, songs to listen to on repeat, which are good songs, but if we had to do it for both games, that'd be tedious. They did not port over the base control, so you still can't customize. Like, you can't name your base, you can't change the color and everything from the outside. They just gave us the large room, which of course meant the change in the aquarium. We got the partitions, we got the doors, got the glass ceiling, we got the multi-purpose glass ceiling. Fixed the item bars, or gave us the item bars, fixed the UI placement of tools, fixed the air bladder. I would say overall they did an, like I said, they did an awesome job, and it's amazing that they still support the game, and they still showed us. Woof, that's a giant one. Those must be little babies. Overall, like I said, overall completely impressive, and I'm glad that they did it. They didn't change enough stuff that I'm going to do another playthrough and like fix or override the one that I'm currently uploading. But like I said, I did want to at least acknowledge it. I did want to talk about it since I keep talking about it. I will say if there's one thing that I was really hoping for, and I think I did talk about it in my run through, but I was really hoping, especially since they did a sea truck. Whoa. Especially since they did a sea truck dock, which I didn't even know was on the. Ooh, crap. Oh, why do I care? I'm a creative, I can't die. I just saw the tiger plants and I was freaked out. I didn't even know the sea truck dock was on the horizon. So the fact that we got it was incredible. I was really hoping for a Cyclops dock, even kind of like the mod where it's just basically one of these vertical tubes that kind of stick up and you just park the Cyclops over it, like, and it would recharge the batteries. It gives you the quick from the Cyclops to the base. I understand why they didn't do it, and for anybody else that's kind of disappointed like I am, you know, everything that they already did, even though it was in Below Zero and even though it's been an experimental for a while, it takes a lot of work. And right now, their team, the majority of their team is focused on Moonbreaker, whatever that's actually called, and, you know, trying to make that the best game possible, as well as move forward with plans for Subnautica 3 or Subnautica 2 if Below Zero is, you know, considered an offshoot of regular Subnautica, which, you know, with these added base pieces, it kind of seems more like it's, you know, Subnautica Below Zero instead of Subnautica 2 Below Zero. So I don't know if we've actually gotten a firm answer that it's going to be called 3 or 2, or if it's going to be Subnautica with another name underneath.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Ooh, one thing I also forgot to mention is that they tweaked how you build stuff in a little bit. Previously, when you built things with your habitat builder, you had to do it like this. As opposed to now, when you try to build stuff, it functions a lot more like this.
After weeks without human contact, it is normal to experience psychological...
And that kind of just makes things go a lot faster when you're trying to throw down a lot of stuff. It really helped me out when I was trying to throw this base down. Anyway, there you guys go. Quick little update, quick little base view, quick little repeating myself like 4 or 5 times. Another thing that I noticed though, and I don't know if this is something that they fixed. I mean, it could be my terrible memory, but I'm pretty sure, because I messed with it plenty of times, is that, like, yeah, now even in the far off distance, the jelly shrooms are still like a faint purple, versus before they would definitely kind of gray out.
Congratulations,
Which, I don't know, to me kind of makes the jelly shrooms a little bit more viable again. When they're like gray, it was kind of an ugly, sickly color, and I don't know, unless you were like right in front of them like this, it really kind of, I don't know, it didn't make it very appealing. But now that they are still like a faint purple even way off. Like I said, this was definitely one of my favorite places to put my base for a long time. And now I'm rambling, even though I'm done talking about 2.0. So I will let you guys go. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.